Let's skip the fake motivational speech. Tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., your alarm is going to go off. And let's be entirely honest, you are going to hate it. Your bed will feel warmer than it ever has. Your eyes will burn. Your brain will instantly come up with 5 perfectly reasonable arguments for why sleeping until 7:30 a.m. is actually the smarter choice. And if you hit snooze, you aren't a failure. You're just a human being wired for comfort. The truth is that most people don't lose their dreams because they lack talent. They lose them because comfort wins small battles every day. 1 extra hour of sleep. 1 more episode. 1 more scroll through social media. Nothing dramatic. Just tiny decisions that quietly push the life they want further into the future. But I want to offer you a different perspective on that quiet, freezing hour. I'm not here to tell you that waking up early makes you better than everyone else. It doesn't. I'm here to tell you that 5 a.m. may be the only time left in your day that belongs entirely to you. Nobody is trying to sell you something. Nobody is texting you. Nobody expects a reply. Nobody is demanding your attention. The world is temporarily silent. And most people are giving that hour away. I used to think about this a lot when I watched a guy the first knew named Adam. Adam didn't live in a motivational video. He lived in a cramped apartment and spent 9 hours a day at a desk getting yelled at by strangers over insurance claims. He wasn't lazy. He was exhausted. There's a huge difference. Every evening, he came home mentally drained. By dinner, his brain felt like a phone battery sitting at 2%. Yet he still had dreams. He wanted to build an online business. He wanted more freedom. He wanted work that felt meaningful. The problem wasn't desire. The problem was energy. At 6 p.m., he had none left. So he'd sit on the couch and tell himself he deserved a break. 1 video became 10. 10 minutes became 2 hours. Suddenly it was bedtime. Then the cycle repeated. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. And nothing changed. One night his dad called him. No dramatic music. No life-changing quote. Just an old man asking a simple question. Are you building anything for yourself, or are you just surviving? The question hit harder than Adam expected. Because deep down, he knew the answer. He wasn't building. He was surviving. His employer got the best version of him every day. His goals got whatever scraps were left over at night. That realization didn't inspire him. It frustrated him. It made him realize that if he kept living the same way, 5 years would pass and he'd still be talking about the business he planned to start someday. That's why he began waking up at 5 a.m. not because he wanted to become some productivity guru. Not because he suddenly became disciplined overnight. Because he was desperate to reclaim a part of his life. Now, if you decide to claim this hour, you can't just wing it. Most people fail because they wake up early without a purpose. If you get out of bed at 5 a.m. and then stare at a wall wondering what to do, you'll be back under the blankets 10 minutes later. You need a structure. Let's use the 20-20-20 framework. 1. The shock, first 20 minutes, from 5 o'clock to 5:20, do not check your phone. If your phone becomes the first thing you see, you've already handed control of your attention to someone else. Instead, move. Do push-ups. Jump rope. Take a brisk walk. Stretch. Anything that gets your heart rate up. You are not trying to transform your body in 20 minutes. You are trying to wake up your brain. Movement clears the fog, increases alertness, and creates momentum. And momentum is far more reliable than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Momentum keeps you moving. 2. The grounding, second 20 minutes, from 5:20 to 5:40, slow down. Sit somewhere quiet. Open a notebook. Read something useful. Think. Most people start their day consuming information. Very few start their day creating clarity. Write down your goals. Review your plans. Read a few pages from a book that challenges you. Ask yourself one question. What am I trying to build? Because if you don't answer that question regularly, life tends to answer it for you. And usually, the answer becomes someone else's priorities. 3. The compounding, final 20 minutes, from 5:40 to 6 o'clock, build. This is where everything changes. Learn a skill. Write. Study marketing. Practice coding. Work on a side business. Create something. People underestimate what 20 focused minutes can accomplish. 20 minutes feels insignificant. But 20 minutes every day becomes over 120 hours a year. That's 120 hours without interruptions. Without meetings. Without notifications. Most people never give anything that much focused attention. Adam used this block to learn data analytics. At first, progress felt invisible. One lesson. One tutorial. One small project. Nothing exciting. But improvement compounds quietly. After a few months, he noticed things that once confused him started making sense. After 6 months, he had developed valuable skills. After 8 months, he had a portfolio. Eventually, opportunities appeared that simply didn't exist before. He didn't escape his cubicle because he got lucky. He escaped because he invested in himself when nobody was watching. Before sunrise. Day after day. Now here's the part most productivity videos leave out. There is a price. You cannot wake up at 5 a.m. and still stay up until midnight every night. Something has to be traded. The early morning is purchased with the late evening. That means fewer episodes. Less scrolling. Less time spent on things that don't move your life forward. Freedom always costs something. The question is whether you're willing to pay for it. The first week will probably feel terrible. You'll question the decision. You'll negotiate with yourself. You'll stare at the clock and think, this is ridiculous. But somewhere around the second week, something begins to change. You stop viewing the alarm as an enemy. You start viewing it as an opportunity. You realize that while the rest of the city is sleeping, you are already investing in your future. And every morning you keep that promise to yourself, you build something more valuable than productivity. You build trust in yourself. Your future isn't going to arrive because you wished for it. It isn't going to appear because you watched another motivational video. It gets built. Brick by brick. Page by page. Skill by skill. 20 minutes at a time. So tonight, put your phone across the room. Set the alarm for 5 a.m. and when it goes off, don't negotiate. Don't debate. Don't think. Just stand up. The room will be cold. The sky will be dark. But the time will be yours. And one day, you may realize that the life you wanted didn't begin with a massive breakthrough. It began with a simple decision made before sunrise. A decision to stop giving away your best hour and start building something that belongs to you. So here's the real question. When that alarm goes off tomorrow morning, what are you going to build with your hour?